We are learning more information today about how common it is for an execution to be paused. It comes after Idaho's longest-serving death row inmate, Thomas Creech, will not be executed on November 13th as scheduled. Creech is convicted of killing 5 men. Abby, well, you looked into this today. What have you learned?
Hunter, death penalty experts tell me it's not rare for an execution stay. Of the 51 executions scheduled in the U.S. in 2024, only about half of them will actually happen on their scheduled date. However, Creech's case has so many nuances attached that it's a rare situation.
His case has been around a long time.
It was the 12th time Idaho's oldest death row inmate was scheduled for execution.
A dozen death warrants is an extraordinary amount. It is among the most you will ever see. And I'm not aware of another case that has more.
And now Thomas Creech's November 13th execution is paused. That's something death penalty expert Robert Dunham says happens more often than people think.
In reality, over the last 5 years, a majority of death warrants have not been carried out.
Creech's attorneys are arguing that putting Creech through another execution attempt would be cruel or unusual punishment.
That Mr. Creech suffers from psychological effects that are consistent with torture, that she believes that this is torture, and that he has post-traumatic stress disorder from the near-death experience of having the state attempt to attach an IV line to execute him and fail.
And now a U.S. District Court judge says the court needs more time to hear arguments before making a final decision.
There's not a question about guilt or innocence. But there are questions about whether he received a fair clemency hearing, whether it's appropriate for a state to carry out executions more than once.
Judges are very careful about stopping executions when they see legal issues that they need more time to consider, or when they want to give the attorneys more time to make their arguments.
Dunham says even though staying in execution isn't rare, Creech's overall case is extraordinarily rare.
So these are new issues. These are novel legal issues.
And Dunham says it could be 6 months to a year before there's a final decision.
That doesn't mean he won't be executed at a later date. So we still have to see how the legal process plays out before we know what the final outcome of the case is going to be.
And a granddaughter of one of Creech's victims told KTVB she hopes the appeal is denied and that justice is served to Creech. Hunter.
Yeah, another case we're going to be keeping an eye on. Thank you, Abby.